What's going on, guys? Authentic J's back again with another video. Now, as mentioned in all my other talking videos, this is the second part of my ASMR video. The first part is obviously no talking, and this one is where I get in and explain and kind of go into detail as to what I'm doing. And the second part also gives me an opportunity to talk to you guys, maybe give some feedback, give some tips, things that I've learned, and all that other good stuff. If you guys didn't get a chance to check out the previous video with no talking, I'll leave a link in the description below and also in this video. If you guys want to check out my other videos, make sure to check out my channel. I have a playlist ready with no talking and talking separated in case you're in the mood for either or. So that's enough of that recap. Let's get into this video. So this is a very special video because it is the first video where I can actually say was my very own original custom. This is also the first video where I made a shoe for someone else, and that someone else is my boy I've known for a really long time. But I'm gonna go into more detail later when I'm explaining what I'm painting. But I also want to mention that this is the first video where I'm actually painting on a leather shoe. I can't begin to explain how much easier it is to paint on a shoe that's actually made of leather. If you guys saw my other videos, I was painting on, cloth material, Vans, and the difference is unreal. But that makes sense because at the end of the day, we're using Angelus Paint, and that's leather paint. And I'm so excited for my future videos because I have some videos ready where I'm actually painting on leather shoes, and I can't wait for you guys to check them out. Also, real quick, if you guys like these shots, make sure to comment down below so I know if you like them or not. And if you don't, make sure to comment that too so I know. But anyway, back to this video. So the reason why I am painting Felix the cat on this shoe is because back in the day, my boy's nickname was Felix. I'm not going to mention his name for privacy purposes, but that was his nickname, and what better way to make a custom shoe for him than putting Felix on the shoe. For those of you who don't know who Felix the cat is, don't feel bad. This is a character from a really old cartoon. I believe his first appearance was in 1919, but he's still relevant to this day. It's kind of hard to believe that it's been 101 years since his first appearance. If you check out the earlier videos of Felix the cat, it's so old that they needed to create it as a silent film. That's enough about Felix though, let's get back into the video. Now if you see in this video, I am taping the shoe before I'm applying the acetone. The reason I did that was because I just did shot by shot, but I believe in the future videos I'm gonna try and acetone everything first so I don't have to keep doing the same shot over and over again. And a quick note and tip, I was kind of dumb and didn't wear gloves. Make sure to wear gloves when you're using acetone because when it has contact with your skin, it really dries it out. So make sure to wear gloves. In my future videos, I'm not sure if I wear gloves or not, so don't hate too hard. I learned my lesson the hard way. But anyway, the reason why I decided to paint the back or the heel of this shoe red is because I wanted it kind of highlight the tongue color. At the end of the day, I wanted this to be a Felix themed shoe, so I kind of wanted to have the black for his fur and also the red for his tongue. I know some people might create a black shoe and put in some white highlights and the red highlights, but I just thought it'd look cleaner this way. In this clip, you're gonna see me peel off the tape and there are some white spots left. I didn't record me detailing it, but make sure to go back and detail it so there are no white spots and it looks crisp. For this clip, you're gonna see that I have the Felix face already on the shoe. I got this stencil through my Cricut. The reason why it's on there like this is because I had to manually put it on there because I didn't have any transfer tape. So what I did was I laid down the outline of Felix, traced it out, kind of put back where I thought the face would be based off of where that outline was, and kind of did it that way. And the reason why I applied some heat onto the vinyl was so it would stick to it a lot better, so there are no bubbles. And I did that so it would prevent bleeding. I know there isn't a clip of me applying acetone to this area, but that's because I already applied it, but I didn't want to show it again because I already did it to the heel. You're gonna notice after I peel this off that even after applying heat, there is a little bit of bleeding, but that's totally fine because we're gonna go back and fix that later. I left that part intentionally silent so we could appreciate the peel once more. And for his tongue, I used a toothpick because I trust the toothpick more when I'm doing something as small and fine as this. And as mentioned before, I'm going back and fixing those small details. Mainly what you're trying to do is, instead of rubbing it off, you want to kind of roll with the paint. But what I'm doing with the Stan Smith logo is completely different. I just wanted to get rid of all of the paint that was on the tongue. Because if you haven't seen already, I am going to be adding some flags onto that tongue. And if you want to make this custom yourself, you don't have to do what I'm doing here. The only reason I'm doing this is because, like I said before, this is a shoe for one of my friends, and I just wanted to add his flags to this shoe to make it kind of more unique and more personal to him. But what I did was I basically just acetoned the tongue to get rid of the Stan Smith logo, and then put a base layer of white, and from there I just painted his flags. I'm not going to go into too much detail on how I did this because I basically applied all the techniques that I used into making this shoe. And again, this is completely optional if you are making this custom. You don't have to use these flags. You can use your own flags, or you can even keep the Stan Smith logo. I mean, it's still classic, but feel free to do whatever you want to your shoe. And that being said, don't be afraid to do whatever you want to do to your shoe. At the end of the day, it's yours, and you can do whatever you want. If you want to completely change this up and use black shoes instead, you can go ahead and do that. This is just kind of like a guideline on how I did mine. But I would take into consideration all the tips and tricks that I've told you, especially the safety ones, like putting on gloves when applying acetone. Now, once you're done with your final details, you can go ahead and finally apply your finisher. For this shoe, I decided to apply the matte finisher from Angelus, but feel free to use whatever finish you would like. And now for the final review. That's all for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested, check out my other videos. But until next time, peace.